Hello everybody, and welcome back to Winships Electronics Repairs. Today on the workbench, in this episode of Workbench Chronicles, we have yet another iPhone 14 Pro Max. This one has an interesting issue. So, with this one, it has absolutely no signs of life at all. Leave it to charge overnight, nothing. Not even an Apple logo, LCD or OLED doesn't turn on, nothing. So, what I believe is going to be the issue is going to be the screen itself. Now, the owner of the device was a little hesitant, and he thinks that it may be the battery as well. So I brought in a battery just in case. Maybe he is right. It's very possible. And then I also brought in another 14 Pro Max LCD, or I guess this one is a X07 OLED, so it'll be a very nice screen. But we'll go ahead, we'll get this 14 Pro Max opened up, and we'll start to kind of swap some parts and see if we can figure out what exactly is going on here. Step number one, of course, is going to be getting these pentalobe screws out. I don't know how well you guys can see that. It's a little rusty in there, so we might be dealing with some liquid damage. The screw doesn't seem to want to give way to us here, so I'm going to put a little bit of heat on it. Maybe that'll help. Okay, there we are. So that's all out there now. Next thing we gotta do is just grab the heat mat. Or actually, you know what? For this one, I'm actually gonna make an attempt with the heat gun and then get some heat around the edges here and see what we can do that way. Okay, so now that we got that all open up here, let's go ahead, look at it. Everything in here looks good. Doesn't look like there's all of our moisture indicators are nice and dry. So there's no moisture damage in here. So next we're just going to go ahead, get this plate off, and we're going to see what we find under here. Maybe there is a loose connection, or maybe the screen is indeed just foobarred. So with this open, we're just going to go ahead, I'm going to plug this in really fast. And because I'm going to have to make sure that that's in as well. Let's go ahead, plug that in. just want to hold down this power button and see if I can get anything. If I can, that just means you have a defective screen. Okay, look at that. Coming on just fine. So, I do believe that we are dealing with a defective screen. So, I'm going to take this and I'm going to set this aside for now, because we just got to get all of our top components off of this one here. So up here on the top, just 2 Phillips. This metal bracket will come right off. And then we just have this stuff here that needs to come off. So in my experience, the easiest way to do this, I'm just going to grab a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to grab our heat gun, and I'm just going to put a little bit of heat on that to remove it. Be very careful here because you are dealing with delicate ribbon cables. Okay, so with that detached, I'm just going to take this and put everything right back where we just had it. Just like so. Next, we just grab our bracket and we get our bracket put on. Okay, now that we got that on there, I'm just going to go ahead and reconnect this and close this up shortly. I do want to go ahead and make sure that this is going to take a charge. Because the owner was concerned about the battery, and I did see that it was stone dead after he said that he had it plugged in all night just a couple days before. So I'm going to leave that the way it is for a little bit, and then we're going to come back, make sure that there's a little bit of a charge coming in there, and then if it does charge up and work, fantastic. If not, like I said, we do have the battery to go in, so just be right back. Okay, so the screen did come on here. I am just going to have the screen here blurred just because I don't want any of the client's personal information out there. Right, looks like we have all of our touch functionality. Our battery should be up here taking a charge. Looks like it is. So I'm not too sure what could have caused this. I mean, if we look at the old screen here, everything looks perfectly fine. There's no sign of liquid damage. Like I said, all the liquid damage indicators are dry. So as for where this issue came from, I can't say for certain. But that being said, we got her fixed and we're ready to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to shut this down, and then we'll be all good to go. Okay, so with that shut down, I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to pop our battery connector here, pop our screen connector, and our proximity sensor. Perfect. Set that aside for now. And we're just going to go ahead and get the adhesive here all cleaned up. And then we'll be ready to throw the new adhesive down, and then we'll be on our way to being done. Okay, now that we got the adhesive all done, everything's all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and reconnect our cables here. Okay. Cable's reconnected. Gotta get this plate back in. These were all our tri-ring screws, so we'll go ahead and get those in now. Okay, with all these in, now it's a matter of make sure everything still powers on the way it's supposed to. Perfect. We're on. So power that off again to to protect the client info. Make sure that doesn't start floating around. Okay. Now we're just going to start getting our clips in place here. Looks like we do have a couple bent pins here on the top. No big deal, those happen almost all the time. Such thin metal gets a little bent in shipping. Okay, so we got those two clips in there. Everything's all good. And again, make sure she powers on. Perfect, there we are. So we can see here, everything, it's all good. Okay, perfect. So, with that all being done there, that concludes this episode of Workbench Chronicles. Thank you guys for tuning in and listening. If you have any specific requests for videos or any specific repairs you would like to see, don't hesitate to let me know. I'll do my best to accommodate and find those repairs for you. Other than that, this is Winships Electronics Repair signing off. Have a wonderful day, everyone.